When it comes to reading a woman's intentions, most guys miss out on the subtle but clear signs that she's ready to take things to the next level. Today, we're covering the top 10 signs she's out on a date with you with one thing on her mind. And yes, it's about taking things back to your place. Sign 1, she's dressed to impress, and it's not just casual. Let's start with the first big hint. When she arrives, it's obvious she put serious thought into her look. You'll notice she's gone for high heels instead of flats, a bold lip instead of the no makeup look, or maybe even something a bit daring in her outfit choice. She's not here to look just cute, she's here to be noticed, especially by you. It's an unspoken way of showing confidence and setting the tone for the night. And if you catch her doing little adjustments like checking her lipstick or adjusting her top, it's because she's making sure she's on point. This isn't just fashion, this is I came to impress mode. Sign 2, she's up for a 9 p.m. start time. Now a date that starts around 9 p.m. or later is hardly the usual let's grab a coffee meetup. This late start time says a lot about her intentions. For most people, a late date isn't exactly convenient, especially if she has to be up early the next day. If she's showing up and ready to go late at night, she's saying she's not just squeezing you in, she's prioritizing this time with you. Psychologists suggest that people tend to adjust their schedules for what they value, and she's making time for you in a prime after-hours slot. She's showing she's in no rush to head home, and the night is open to possibilities. Sign 3, she's ready to keep the evening going after dinner. If she suggests going for dessert, checking out another bar, or catching a late movie after dinner, she's saying, I'm having fun, let's not call it a night yet. Women don't usually propose a whole second act unless they're genuinely interested in spending more time with you. It's her way of testing how much chemistry is there. Late night plans, especially after a nice dinner, set the stage for intimacy and connection. She's opening the door for things to continue more privately, especially if she suggests a spot that's more intimate, like a cozy bar with dim lighting. If she's steering you to another location, she's definitely invested. Sign 4, she's teasing and playful. Playful teasing is one of the most powerful ways a woman can signal romantic interest. When she's leaning into jokes, making little digs about something funny you did, or even challenging you a bit, it's her way of creating a dynamic, exciting vibe between you two. This builds anticipation and adds a bit of tension, which is essential for attraction. According to studies on flirtation, women use playful banter as a way to gauge interest and establish a connection. It's not just fun, it's a tried-and-true method for building chemistry. If she's teasing you, she's likely testing the waters to see how well you vibe together. Sign 5, she's bringing up more intimate topics. Now, if she's comfortable bringing up conversations that stray into deeper territory, like relationships, dating, or even just her past experiences, it's because she's creating an emotional connection. When a woman wants to keep things surface level, she'll stick to safer topics. But when she's ready to build a little heat, she'll steer toward topics that reveal more about who you both are. This kind of talk sets up a deeper level of trust, and trust is what makes intimacy possible. So if she's letting the conversation take that route, she's probably curious to see if there's room for something more with you. Sign 6, she's making strong eye contact. This one's a classic, and with good reason. Prolonged eye contact builds intimacy and connection fast. If she's looking at you in a way that feels intense or holds her gaze a beat longer, she's not just being polite. Psychologists note that eye contact activates the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which makes people feel closer and more trusting of each other. So, if she's letting those moments of eye contact linger, or you catch her giving you that look across the table, you're not imagining things. She's creating an emotional connection that feels just a bit electric. Sign 7, she's not shying away from physical touch. Touch is another powerful tool for building attraction, and women know it. Little touches here and there, like her hand brushing against yours, or her playfully touching your arm when she laughs, are all ways of showing she's comfortable with you and testing your reaction. Physical touch, even subtle gestures, is her way of getting closer. And if you're receptive, it usually leads to more comfortable, easy contact. When those small touches start to increase in frequency as the night goes on, it's her way of opening the door to more connection. Sign 8. She's showing enthusiasm about a change of scenery, like your place or hers. One big sign she's interested in intimacy is if she's suggesting or receptive to going to one of your places. A casual "we could watch that movie back at my place" or her open agreement to a similar invitation from you is a big hint she's interested in a private setting where things could naturally progress. In a way, she's letting you know she's open to whatever the night brings. People feel safer and more open in familiar environments, so if she's suggesting a change of scenery to a more personal space, it's a sign she's willing to explore things further. Sign 9, she's curious about your relationship status. When she starts asking if you're seeing someone or how long you've been single, it's not just curiosity. This is her gauging if there's space for her in your life. If she follows up with more personal questions about what you're looking for, or even hints at your compatibility, she's scoping out the potential for something deeper. Asking about your relationship history isn't just small talk, it's a careful test. When women bring up these topics on a date, they're typically trying to feel out if the connection could go beyond casual. Sign 10, she's letting down her guard. Most women start out a bit reserved on first dates, but when she's genuinely interested and comfortable, she'll let her guard down and let you see the real her. This might mean she's sharing funny stories, talking about her goals, or revealing quirks about herself she'd usually keep under wraps. It's her way of creating trust and vulnerability, which are essential steps for building attraction. If she's laughing openly, telling you things she might not usually share, or being candid about herself, she's signaling that she feels a sense of connection and is open to seeing where things go. Bonus insight 1, she's not rushing to wrap things up. If she's hanging around and suggesting one last drink or a final stop at a nearby place, she's enjoying herself enough to want to keep the vibe going. Most people, when they're ready for a date to end, will find a polite way to call it a night. So if she's lingering, it's her way of creating more time for the two of you, seeing how the evening flows, and letting things naturally build. Lingering means she's in no hurry to let go of whatever connection you two are creating. Bonus insight 2, she's focused on you, not her phone. In the age of constant notifications, it's a rare treat when someone is fully focused on the present. If she's ignoring her phone, leaving it face down, or barely glancing at it, you're holding her full attention. This shows she's prioritizing the moment with you and isn't getting distracted by other things. Most people check their phones out of habit or boredom. So when she's invested enough to ignore it, she's letting you know you've got her focus, and probably her interest. Final bonus insight 3, she's cozying up during the movie. If she's leaning in closer, resting her head on your shoulder, or even reaching for your hand during the movie, she's giving a clear signal of comfort and interest. Movies are perfect for a little casual closeness, and if she's taking the opportunity to get physically closer, it's a strong sign she's interested in building on the connection. This kind of closeness doesn't just happen. It's a natural way of signaling trust and attraction. All right, fellas, here's the key. Don't overthink it. If she's giving off these signs, she's already enjoying herself. The best move you can make? Keep things light, but stay close. Small gestures, like a hand on her back as you're walking, or just leaning in to listen. Show confidence without being pushy. And here's a cheesy tip that works. If the moment feels right, lean over and say, I'm really glad we did this tonight. It's simple, but women love a guy who's direct, yet relaxed. Got a story or a tip of your own? Drop it in the comments. And don't forget to hit subscribe for more insights on leveling up your dating game.